Alright, this is my Nearpod account, and this is what I had the kids do. So from the teacher side, you can see all the different ones that I used. As soon as we found it, we decided to use it. We used it mostly for Harry Potter because we did find it pretty late, based on this class. So I do work with Laura Hollis. She and I share a class, which makes it pretty easy because we were able to, kind of get together and narrow down the bugs and what we liked and what we didn't like on Nearpod. So some of them we included a poll, some of them we did not. On the student end, we have the different questions. We pretty much just decided that we were going to use it as a multiple choice. So let's see, can we get in here this way? Live lesson. What we liked is that it does give you the code. I liked that I could link it right into my classroom. All of the kids got it, and then once we had the kids answer it, this is what it would look like. Their names would come down here. Their score would show up. So out of 10, did they get all the questions correct? How many did they get incorrect? What we found is that through this little chart here, we could see which questions they really struggled with, so which ones we needed to revisit, which I thought was kind of cool. We found a couple questions that may not have been worded correctly, and we could disregard them or rephrase them or talk about them in class, and I like that a lot. So let's see, it's going to show up. We also really liked that we could make copies of it. So if you click on these, you just click duplicate, because something I personally don't like is I can only have 30 students per lesson here, and I'm not a huge fan of that, only because we have really large classes, so some of the kids may get left out. I mean, granted, we had always had absent kids, however, it just kind of got annoying trying to get that all figured out. But we had several different questions. Did you like the book? And then all of the different ways that we could give them feedback was also really nice. Let me see if I can get the example of the actual text. So yeah, that's the live lesson. And where's the preview? You can tell I'm still not necessarily an expert at this, only because I feel like there were just some bugs that we had to work out. So, did you like the book? Ready to take the quiz? We did find it a little bit glitchy as well. Sometimes with the poll, it would freeze the kids after the poll. It would not let them go on to the quiz, which kind of drove me nuts, because then you get all the hands up and they're like, what do I do? What do I do? And, just trying to problem solve while other kids are actually testing can be a little irritating, but just something to roll with. Those are the kinds of things that we learned as we went. And these are the questions that we had. They are multiple choice questions, but we just kind of did these as our comprehension checks. Like, do you understand what's going on in the book, and what do we need to revisit? So this was the end of the book. What instrument did Harry, Ron, and Hermione use to put Fluffy to sleep? We tried to make it so that, it's pretty obvious what the answer was, for the most part. Basically, if you read the book and you paid attention, you should know what the answers are, and that was the goal of our Nearpods. The kids liked it because they got to use their technology. Anything that they can do online is an automatic win with them. Things that we didn't necessarily like is that it was a little bit more difficult to differentiate for our EL students and for our students with IEPs. I know what I did personally as my students who have IEPs. I had to sit and read with them. For example, like in the final room, the three have to participate in a game. What is the game called? Was the game called Devil Snare? Does that sound like a game? The student would say, no, not really. Chimney crackers? You remember reading about chimney crackers? No. Chess. Is chess a game? Wizard chess? Yes. So just kind of verbally, orally giving it, but there wasn't a way to cut down on it or easily differentiate, which could pose a problem. Other than that, we really liked it, and I would definitely use it again. The kids bought into it. They liked that they could just see their score right away. They didn't have to wait for me to grade it and give them the feedback, and they could just kind of move on with their day, which was nice.